All right, Grand Rising, welcome back. It's Shalonda from American Aborigines Unchained and American Empress Unchained here on YouTube. And yeah, this is not your mama's Bible study because we're going to be going into the Kibra Nagast, and not the Kibra Nagast, but the Coben Bible. And we're going to be talking about reputation. So it took us a while to get here, but again, we're here. But I did just, you know, I do believe that again the death card is here. So I think there's a death to a situation, like putting something to rest. I don't know. This looks kind of like negative and bad, so we're gonna go ahead and read it real quick just before we start because I'm trying to decipher something here. But it looks like a female and a male head here has been cut off in a sense. But I was thinking about when it comes to the wands energy, I was thinking of like I don't know, like a matchmaker energy, like consort energy. I'm getting even when it comes to relations in a sense, or just like even angels being appointed in a sense. Like I said, I feel like it has something to do with like a matchmaker or again, what is it? Courtship. So again, that's a ship, right? So again, to bring somebody into slavery again with ships, again, is it talking about courtship? Because again, somewhere in between with all this stuff that we just did, I do feel like there is a sense of freedom and stuff like that. Somebody wants to break away and be independent or sovereign in a sense. But again, could you be, because again, the energy of the magician and the fool here. All right, come on now. Um, Again, could there just been some chaos and confusion? Is all I'm saying. Okay, because again, the magician has a wand as well, and it seems like they can kind of make things happen. Okay, so again, when you get a lot of people, a lot of powerful individuals, and you separate that with class or caste, they're still going to be as above, so below. Again, when it says something in the prayer about as in earth as it is in heaven. Okay, so again, like I said, I felt like there's this matchmaker energy. When I brought up my daughter in there, it just also makes me think about even when I was watching Rain the other day, there was a part in there where Greer, okay, was caught, kissing the kitchen boy or whatever, and it ruined her it was all about reputation with her. It was all about ruining her reputation, right? Or not nobody doing it or whatever, but it's the situation or whatever it was, they knew what they were getting into. But again, I think with some of us being blinded and bound, we really don't know what we're getting ourselves into, or even just being new. Because again, you're royal heirs, but again, we're that energy of the earth being put on top now, or the meek inheriting the earth, right? Or the roles reverse, where those who put someone in slavery or a system, even it doesn't have to be an individual that put people in slavery, is now going to go into a submissive energy. So again, the Queen of Wands here, she does look like the most powerful one out of the two. Like the king is like, okay, the choice is being made. Is this what it is? The knight is more like he's worried about just his wand and where he want to, you know place it or how he want to use it. And it's like a sense of like a single person here. All right. And then this male is waiting. The king is waiting, possibly to, what I'm saying, share or go into a union with someone. And then the Queen of Wands reminds me of someone that would be a queen, but she might also be an understudy of another Queen of Wands with the reversal that's going to be happening. I don't know. Like this is what I'm getting here. So again, she's guarded about her wands because she's the one that distributes the wands. So she might be the one, the queen bee. You know what I'm saying? That you know what I'm saying, in a sense, governs that energy. Excuse me. And again, there might be, like I said, it depends on who, where, whatever. This energy could be on many people. You know what I'm saying? So I'm guessing that could be also an energy too, because if she controls the wands, she's always around the wands. You know what I'm saying? Then, you know, she's going to have some kind of a special connection or sisterhood or a closeness with the wands. So she's going to probably give, again, that new queen or another queen, or even the people that yeah, because, well, I would think that, but in a sense, in this situation, these are the cards we pulled, right? Wands. There was not a sword. Now if there was a a queen of swords and a king of, then I could say, okay, maybe this queen is dealing with, there's going to be some imbalance there, or even just like a different class, right? If somebody does, because some people do just hold one title, and then there's some of us that hold the many titles. So again, like the Empress can be all four, right? Okay, so if she can be all four, then she's going through a lot more, which again, more is going to be put on those individuals, right? During their process down the yellow brick road or whatever, okay? Because of all of the different, she has to be compartmentalized. Her mental, you know what I'm saying? She has a universal energy, it's everywhere. Okay, so again, also, an Empress is going to be, she's going to be involved with and connected to many different energies, throughout her journey. And that doesn't necessarily mean that she is, wanting that particular thing with all of them. She's really just grounding herself and keeping herself as pure as possible until she gets her in a sense of a Queen of Wands. F is just a Queen of Wands until she get her King of Wands, or she get her king or whatever, right? But I don't know, I feel like that's just what I'm getting. Okay. And if it was swords, then again, the same thing. But if we're talking to Empress energy, she's going to be coagulating. So it kind of, it could give a reputational look, like when people hear me say, oh, this energy, that energy, it's not even like that. Like I told you, it seems as though that there's an energy of like sons, father figures, consorts. Yes. And then companions, and then also other relationships, right? Like business partners, you know what I'm saying? Like if a kingdom is being set up, then you know what I'm saying, that's what it is. And again, sometimes when there's somebody that might be a little intimidating that comes in, right, into the status, right, or the status quo or whatever, they might get a little bit more heavy activity when it comes to, it could be envy and jealousy, but it can also just be somebody that is very not controlling, but very serious about, what they do, right? So they're going to be tough. They care about their wands and their, so again, they're going to be kind of tough to make sure, like tough love. That's what I want to say. Okay. So anyways, let's keep moving. Okay. So again, we're talking reputation, and I hope this thing is not frozen up for the whole time, but I don't care. I'm just going to still do the video. Okay. All right. So it says, chapter 25 in the, the Book of Morals and Precepts, chapter 25, reputation, okay? And it says, riches may pass from one to another. Skill and knowledge may be transmitted, but man's reputation is as his nature. I don't know. When I see nature here, I'm thinking wisdom, right? Even when I'm thinking man, I'm thinking, again, that energy of man, right? Then you have mankind. But again, man generally reminds me of an atom energy, okay? Peculiar to himself alone, okay? So again, a man's reputation is as his nature, peculiar to himself alone. Okay, so again, I mean, that's even making me think, like I said, about that wand energy here, the Knight of Wands. Okay. And then also, the King of Wands sitting there as if it's like an unsure, like, okay, if this is what you said, you know what I'm saying? Because again, the Queen is going to be the one, it's making me think, I don't know why I just thought a match made in heaven to a certain extent. Okay, and then it says, therefore, your reputation is your own inalienable possession. If properly regarded, it will carry you through life. As a swift horse bears its rider over the rough sands of the wilderness. Again, that wilderness is also a mindset, I feel. Like a savage kind of energy here, okay? Which could be like a competition or something, or a race. Okay, because again, when we talk about race in etymology, race means that it is a rise to the top, or a race to the top. So it's everybody's climbing up this thing, right? I remember that scene with Shadow Moon in American Gods when he was crawling up that. They said being nice don't get shit done or something like that, and they showed him climbing up that climbing up that mountain of skulls. Oh, wow. That reminds me of the heads here that we just saw on that card. So anyways, and I guess he was trying to get there. Now that in that scene also makes me think about, again, the caste and class system, the undesirable Dalit people, or the people that are in the underworld, right? Okay, that are coming up to the top. And he was guided by, Wednesday, which was a father figure to a certain extent, or if not his real father or whatever. When it comes to that energy, again, y'all can, discern that how you want. It goes deeper, like I said, from what I see. It says, if, however, you neglect it, okay, as inconsiderate man does his wife. Oh, okay. So now we're getting somewhere deep here. Okay, this is a whole reading, huh? Okay. All right. As inconsiderate man does his wife, then you cannot complain if that in which you delight becomes an affliction. Wow. Which you must bear for the rest of your days. Oh my goodness. So this must be like a warning sign. You know what I'm saying? Oh, death. Okay, because it's making me think about if you take that tree, then you'll surely die. But it's like, nobody is talking about all of the poking and prodding and all of the invasive energy that's going on around that tree. It's to make the tree look stern. But I'm just wondering why would because again, maybe if it's a competitive nature, somebody doesn't want that individual to come to the top, because then their place might be taken, and that's in any kind of way. Nobody wants somebody else to come into a position that they have, if it's prosperity, because again, the cards, we're talking about prosperity and wealth and things like that. And even if they will still have that, but again, some people like to be in the limelight, some people don't, so again, it's making me think, like I said, of Game of Thrones in a sense, right? All right. But again, are some of us proving that by telling our stories and telling the truth, that there might be just a lack of communication or a lack of knowledge is why people are perishing, because people are trying to separate that. They're trying to separate the fathers from the clans or the tribes or the groups. We're talking more immigration or migrational exodus energy of movement. Trail of tears, ripping children, which could be grown-ups, minorities in a sense, from the fathers and things like that. So it's even making me think about the pipeline that they're trying to block. And what does that really symbolically mean? What does that mean symbolically and spiritually? Is that more, because then they said to rebuild highways and byways. Well, again, we could be talking about roads and things like this, but if we're looking at the Bible back in those days, they didn't have roads. So again, the road to redemption, is it where? In somebody else? Is it in you? You see what I'm saying? That highway, okay, is that again in the astral energy again? So again, projecting. I don't know. I'm just seeing that here, okay? So again, is somebody trying to block? Is this another kind of like a spanking or a whooping from the God-governing forces? You know what I'm saying? To block communication from, because it said from the north, right? So again, girl, stop, y'all. Okay, men, everybody, okay? So again, whoa, okay, all right. These cards ain't playing no games. Nah, they ain't playing. The source and the ancestor said is coming, is here. The sun upside down. So somebody is trying to, again, like I said, dictate, or was trying to change somebody's outcome or narrative, change the narrative in order to make it go in another direction. So again, your north node, again, that always makes me think about north side physically, right? If I'm in the Midwest, then north to me would be, and I think they said the pipeline was from somewhere in the Midwest, I think, to Canada. So it just makes me think about, what are we talking about here? Okay? Destined to have. What you talking about? So again, to stop you from expressing yourself. That's why the sun in the heart, you see that? Matters of the heart. So this is dealing with love and war. This is something that people are doing out of envy, strife, jealousy, or, control. And then the north node upside down, destined to have. So again, something saying you won't have it. But again, we're seeing what's going on here. So again, this is like why I said in the other video the other day, I'm asking source to put things back in order, because we're here in that Ma'at energy to bring order to the court. So again, people have been still trying to push the narrative where the people that are coming in are going to be above the indigenous and the American people. And I think not. You know, like I said, I have to have that faith, that sense of dedication to what source is saying. At the end of the day, all of that is going to fade away. All the stones are going to be overturned because that's just the way it's going to be. So again, the chapter where it says, yeah, you building this, you building that, but okay, all right. So again, that's just, okay. So again, it's just a whole thing of like turning your back on it and saying, I know what source said. I know what daddy and them said. I know what the Elohim said. Okay. I know what the ancestors are saying. Okay. And again, that's that information, like when it comes to like the Moana energy that is within, learning to navigate. Again, I can see them putting their hands in the water, trying to feel the tide, knowing when to, you know what I'm saying, and how to execute your plans or your message. Oh, because yes, there was something in there about a message too. So again, that will take away that archer energy. But again, I feel like it's always going to be mine because I'm not letting nobody take that away from me. That means you messing with my connection to source, and I can't do it. Right? So again, there's a wand on top of this heart, and it looks like it has a flame, like an eternal flame possibly, and some wings on it here. Optimism, exploration, and freedom. So again, that's why I'm saying trying to reverse it so that somebody won't be free. Freedom of speech is what I'm seeing here as well. Again, because remember in Moana, it was the water that chose her. And she was like, man, I can't take this is too hard, you know, and her grandma came, right? And then she said, why did you have me do this? And then she was like, I know I put too much on your shoulders or whatever, but you got this. You know, so again, dealing with that water energy here. Spiritually, emotions, intuition, and compassion. So again, remember her and Maui had to come to some kind of terms, right? And just realize, you know, that they were there on a mission and put all the other stuff beside them and trust each other so that they can make it to that destination. And he said, yeah, you're a little girl that's, you know, he didn't want to go on with an inexperienced young woman, right? But again. She said, I don't know, but I'm trying. I'm here. And so that was a message that was on my mind today. Like, just tell me, you know, instead of all this back and forth, I need to know, you know, because you tell me, then I know what to do, you know, instead of me grabbing and everything, like, you know, like I said. But again, that's where clarity, I guess, is going to be coming in here. Yeah. And again, the forgiveness and stuff like that, because again, I can have compassion for somebody. Just because I don't like you or like your point of view don't mean that I want you to have mine. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody to think like me. Just think. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the water chose her. But then again, that's what I'm saying. And the water, like when I said, was something natural, but also abroad. Also feeling like it's abroad. But again, somebody didn't want that. They wanted to take away the I feel like to that air, the sun, take that blessing away, right? And the way that they can sharpshoot down all of this garbage, you know, that's being passed in front of us to cause confusion and division amongst the people, right? By dealing with the North Node, like on your high horse or like a higher sense of knowledge. Definitely. And again, that connection to that high sense, you know, that makes me think about, again, the energy of being a vassal of God or a consort or a wife of God in a sense. And, you know, that guiding light, that's something that's internal, that's something that's eternal, that's within you, right? Yeah, I don't know. That's what I see here. That's what I see. 69. There's a couple things that does bring it to, you know, but we ain't gonna go there. But I'm just saying, like I said, also that Cancer energy. I feel like a lot of Cancer energy has been, yeah. Okay, so again, let's go ahead and read. All right, y'all. All right. So again, and it's just saying, you know, like, but if things, you know, but then if things change when it comes to normal things, yeah, then your reputation, then you might be redeemed. But when it comes to reputation and it being widespread, it's hard to contain that. After people think something, like first impressions is everything. So again, somebody is obviously, again, was out to change somebody's destiny or ruin their reputation so that they won't. It's kind of like, you know, I was hearing when I first was about to do the video, you'll never work in this town again. You know, you know what I'm saying? That's the energy, like I said, I was getting here. Because I think that's what have been done to some of us that have been blinded or bound or, deceived or even distracted. Distraction is a huge one, all right? Because it doesn't take much to distract a whole bunch of people from their purpose. Okay, so it says, when the ship of prosperity founders and you are cast into the sea of insolvency. Okay, so again, and it's also to make it look like something. You know, if you mess up the conversation, and if there's a break in the if there's some kind of turbulence or tumultuous energy within a message, you know what I'm saying? It messes up everything. And that's what I'm saying about direct communication, which I felt like at one point in time I had with Source, but I feel like, I don't know, is man crafting something to keep that connection? Because we're talking energy, frequency, currency, and things like that. And, you know, the current, water has current, right? So again, I don't know. It's giving me a we are water energy. I don't know. So, yeah. So, if you have retained a good reputation, it will be the lifeline for your salvation. Yeah, because I feel like there was a message, I feel like, or a vision that came through where it was just like, if you take this road, then this is what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Or almost like, you know what I'm saying? If you take this road, but then, I don't know. I'm thinking like nice for what? But then again, that's the energy, like I said. Like I'm just thinking like, is that the fool or that trickery, or even somebody helping guide, but maybe not letting nature take its course, and then, or source take its course, and it might lead to somebody making a mistake. Okay. But again, when I get aggressive, I feel like it's something deep inside of me. It may be the spirit of that savagery energy, from that warrior spirit from the ancestors that are pushing through. That rebellious rebel energy here. Okay. And so then it says, when difficulties beset you, then it is time to be on guard, lest your reputation will be sullied. For it is not hard to keep a good reputation when it is untested by adversity. I was about to say an adversary. All right, because we know that, again, I feel like we are in a time when, again, that Satan energy knows that it has a short time. Okay. It says the reputation of a man untried by misfortune is like the skill of a runner who has never entered a race. That's a good way to look at it. But again, yeah. So again, this is a trying times. This is very trying times. Okay. And again, I feel like able to be a skilled, leader or a skilled, you have to be able to be aggressive. You have to be able to know when it's time to be right, and right. Well, righteous should be all the time, right? But you have to learn how to navigate, to sail a ship. Girl, y'all, people, to sail a ship. Okay. You have to be able to feel, to sense, or use your sensors to, other things are going to be there to help you navigate, but the compass and things, okay, all right. But, like I said, just already know that a lot of that's being pulled from within. If you're, spiritual, okay, I guess. It is like unseasoned timber or unburnt clay. Okay. So again, I guess that means like if you make a clay object and you don't bake it, you know what I'm saying, then it's going to be soft and mushy the whole time. Every time you touch it, it's going to be changing its form, right? But if it's been tried under fire, it's hardened. So again, remember the part in Moana when her grandma said that your heart, people that you meet are going to hurt you or harm you, or I don't know, it was something like that, like are going to do stuff, whatever, basically that's going to hurt you, all right. It says, in days of prosperity, a good reputation is of little value. Okay. But in days of adversities, oppression, it is a thing beyond price. Okay. Wow. Yeah. A good name is greater value than gold. Here we go talking about gold. And again, fool's gold. Right. Oh, okay. This is making me think, okay, I just saw something here. The energy, because I think we were talking the other day about like youthful people thinking, oh, we're coming in and we're taking over from the old energy or whatever. But then again, yeah, okay. But again, is that a foolish thing? Because again, just because they're coming in, they can do it quicker or they can do it, like that or whatever. It's still, there's no substance there. We're talking about, now that might work when it's time to do certain things, but when it's time to actually form or or build a nation or have that foundation, that's probably not, or a family, you know what I'm saying? That's fun when maybe to a Knight of Wands, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes to a King of Wands, he's at a different point in his life where he's looking to do something, lay a foundation within this, within a nation or something. And that's probably not going to work. It might look nice and everything, but again, I mean, how much niceness, you know what I'm saying? Like even with females, you know what I'm saying? How much of just a nice looking man or whatever can, you know what I'm saying? What is it, right? Okay. You know, I was just thinking relationship goals, right? Okay. So, all right. So again, and then a lot of these, you know, people, you know, like I said, this is why I be talking about, like, even when I'm on here and I'm showing too much or whatever, you know, I can walk around my house like whatever I want, you know what I'm saying? Have like whatever I want to do, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, but then again, if somebody's watching or if I'm being surveilled, then again, that might be a little bit uncomfortable to know that somebody is also, if I'm being modest in a certain extent, somebody else has the power or the right to take something I'm doing in my personal home and then exploit it and make it seem as though I'm this or that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying about if somebody try to ruin that's the worst thing you can do to somebody. And I think that's the guarded energy that I've had like behind me the whole time. As if I'm like, I don't want to blame people. I'm going to keep on working on myself. I'm going to keep on doing that work within. But at the same time, it's just like, man, you know what I'm saying? If somebody would do that, that's like a cold-blooded thing. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. So again, that's what, and then people say, okay, talk about your life online or whatever on your channel. We want to get to know you. But then again, people say, don't say nothing because, you know, people form their opinion and then that's just it. And I'm just somebody that's just a free, you know what I'm saying? Again, I like myself a lot. And I think a lot of people that I get close with or I meet when I actually do let people in, you know what I'm saying? They think the same thing about me. So it's just like, if I ask them, you know, one thing I haven't asked them is what could I change? You know what I'm saying? So again, you know, but again, since that's not something I had to ask myself, I had to ask source, you know, really, because that's really what matters at the end of the day. It says no man can truly judge the worth of his reputation until it is all he has left. Okay, so I guess that's like if you don't have finance, if you don't have anything else, you know, then your word or your reputation is like bond, right? Riches may come to a man and depart again, for life is inconsistent, right? Bad times alternate with good times, for the wheel of fortune. Okay, y'all. Okay, see, but a good woman, a well-seasoned woman is probably going to know that and can maybe, well, again, it just depends on your personality as well and what you're going to take and what you're going to do. And just somebody just being real, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, from jump. Okay, for the wheel of fortune is ever turning. Friends come and go according to the benefits, or even I feel when it comes to the way your mindset changes, the way you change, whatever things you used to like to do, if you don't like to do them no more, you know. So you can tell a lot about people, especially people that run in crowds or with like a group or an entourage or a gang or whatever. Because I was just thinking Jacob and Esau, right? But then I don't know why I was thinking Vice Lords and Bloods, or Bloods and Crips. You know what I'm saying? Like in Chicago or in the Midwest, we had the foes, right? And so but they were just kind of like then in the Latino community, the maniacs. So I don't know, but like I said, it all mostly stemmed from the red and the blue, which is Democrat and Republican. Look, y'all. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Okay. So again, friends come and go according to the benefits, which acquaintanceships bestows. Okay. So again, yeah. So again, this is all a journey, like I said, and I'm just blessed. I'm just feeling like, ooh, you know, like sometimes I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like I had a chance to, you know what I'm saying? I wonder if everybody, you know, like I look and I'm like, did you, you know, like it's been very harmful. It's been very hurtful. It's been very challenging. It's been very draining. But it's just like, man, I be looking at people like wondering that, did you get the chance to go through this? You know what I'm saying? I know it probably sounds sick, you know, because again, my journey has been like tough, and only really because I feel like, again, I don't like being blinded and bound, and I don't like being tricked. I don't like playing no games. Just tell me what it is, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying, that we'll work through it, but let me know, you know what I'm saying? Don't trick, because then all that trickery, and it leads to then that chaos. So again, to say that the earth was in chaos, or because of, you know, fossil fuels or global warming, but you're not saying the thing. We're telling you that the earth is crying out and saying this, and the wall is wailing. But again, you keep on doing these things, taking these strict measures, or just smacks in the face or whatever to make. And what you're doing is ruin you because of whatever direct anger you might have. What you're doing is tearing up the whole country, the whole, the earth, and then everything else that you're going to put on it. Because again, we're not taking it anymore. All right. I mean, it's even making me think about how they're stripping away at the president right now. You have to worry about what is the real intentions of somebody that is. And again, I see things, I take I don't look at people and just say, this is a person, I don't like him. No, I'm going to hear what you have to say. I can't stand you. Even if I cannot stand you, I'm going to listen to what you have to say. Because again, you are not all of the things, you know what I'm saying? Right? And what's fair is fair, and what's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong. Right? So again, what I see here, okay, because I feel like, again, there is some kind of confusion there. So that concerns me. So again, I feel like the head has been detached from the body. The body is made up of full rain energies, or again, right, which maybe they thought was a good idea or whatever, but we're seeing that the way that what's coming out of the mouth of the administration doesn't match what the people are doing, and doesn't match what the people at ground roots or grassroots want. So then we have to see, what is this really talking about? Is this a takeover? Is this an overthrow of America in the Americas? Is the U.S. corporation actually overthrowing America again for another 400 years of slavery? You see what I'm saying? So again, and then is that what's going on? Is our president, is the one who presides being used as a vassal of other or of some kind of world plan or something like that? And if that's the case, then again, when it comes to Inanna, the daughter had more power than the father. So again, then that means that she should be sitting on that throne then, or in that White House, at least, to assist. But what's going on here? Whose idea is it that people that are already immune from the thing should not be able to be taking certain positions in jobs or whatever in society or whatever? When we already know that if you already have the immunity, then you're fine. So, it's like, is this just a reason to keep away the real thing that's going to heal the whole thing? Do you see what I'm saying? Okay. So again, this is just something to think about. It just came to mind right then. So again, like I said, I'm not here to tell you what it is, what it ain't. I'm simply sharing what it looks like to me. Because there's always going to be some kind of festering energy. And if you let it fester long enough, then the whole thing, but then the whole thing that I feel the media does is stretch the whole thing. Well, if this isn't working with Biden, then Trump is going to, no, it ain't going to be none of that. So again, I'm just saying, like, not because I don't like that person. It's just because, when do we do that? How do we do that? What happened to, even if we were going to talk about what's right is right and wrong is wrong, why wouldn't Kamala be the one if Biden wasn't able to finish up? Wouldn't it be her that took the place? Because what's right is right. And if that's a structure, if that's how it's made, why are we even talking about Trump right now? But again, maybe they're talking about 2024 or whatever it's going to be. But I'm just saying, that's just the whole way that I look at it. But it's also that then you have to be careful, because then it's also leading you to say, oh, Democrats, if we don't claim what it is, that the establishment, the administration, and the people that are working within it, then we'll sit there and say, oh, Democrats are so bad as a whole or whatever, we should just go to Republican. But then we don't even know what, that energy will have up their sleeves. So again, it's just like a whole thing. It's that cancel culture energy, I feel like. Culture vulture kind of energy here. Like, because I don't deal with either one of the parties, right? But what I'm saying is still, I can see when somebody's playing the game. All right. We don't want to be no fool in that kind of way. All right. We don't want to take the fool's gold. If somebody was going to, now I love the stone here. Okay. But if somebody was going to give me some real gold or the fool's gold, because of the healing purposes and stuff, I would probably take it. Excuse me. But again, you know what I mean. A gold miner is going to take the damn gold. Okay. He ain't going to leave and say, oh yeah, just give me the whole jar full of, the whole basket full of the fool's gold. No. And matter of fact, he going to know exactly what it is when he put his eyes on it. He ain't going to have to shop around. All right. So again, right. But I guess this is, like I said, a power struggle or something like that. The whole Lilith energy just came to me about even Lilith. You know what I'm saying? Where And again, maybe that's the real fall, right? Is because Lilith knew who she was and she stood in a certain power. And again, her and that man that would be in that power, and her lifting him, and him, giving equal to her, that could have just been what could have balanced everything and fixed it from the first place. But again, with all the strife and all the invading energy, it just, right? Or judging somebody by a book by its cover or something like that, then maybe that is like, or again, something before it's tried through the fire, like I guess that's what this is kind of trying to say too, right? Okay. Because even before, like, people would say stuff like, oh God, see everything. I'm like, why he ain't do this and why he ain't do it? You know what I'm saying? But now I'm just like, during this journey, I know that there's a presence. So, it's different for me. Okay. And maybe it's just the pressure of the whole thing that got my attention, So anyways, all right. Okay. Good name has greater value than gold. Okay. So again, yeah, I think that's, but like I said, when it comes to reputation, so I'm not getting down on people that deliver themselves to the public in a certain way. But I always tell my daughter, people can be watching you online. Don't you be putting no pictures. I don't want to see no pictures, like this or whatever. But again, once they grow up and they grown, you could do whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying? I hope you do what you want to do, but again, as a small child, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, because some of you don't even know that you're heirs. So it's easy for somebody to get a hold of your child's mental, you know what I'm saying, especially youthful ones that are under the age of 18, which is still your responsibility, to contaminate their image. So again, you know what I'm saying? So like, even now I'm just thinking, like, for anybody that would be wanting to make it to a certain goal or job or something like that, it's almost like just pretending like you could be a presidential candidate. And so, you know what I'm saying? So somebody could be observing you. So again, just that alone, or God, or whatever, in that sense, it kind of, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, it changed some things about me, but not like, oh God, but it's just like, no, it didn't. Then it made me kind of mirror or reflect or look at myself in the mirror, because that whole free will thing, it doesn't have to do with, like, a lot of things was not like God saying, you do this, or I'm going to do, no, it was saying, do this, my children, or else this is what's going, but you look at it like, oh God, telling me not to do this, you know what I'm saying? But then again, you have to weigh that too. Because some things, yeah, you might challenge it or whatever, but other things, maybe it's not a good idea, right? So again, let's see. Riches may come and depart. Bad times alternate. For good times, the wheel of fortune. Okay. Only reputation remains your inseparable supporter, which will not depart except by your own decree. Once departed, it is gone forever, and it flees quickly from he who treats it lightly. Therefore, guard your reputation as constantly as you do your daughter. Look at that. Oh, and that's what I'm saying, though. So again, the whole disconnect, and just like really listen to what they're saying when they're saying one person in Virginia said that people should not be able to tell, the parents should not be able to tell the schools what's going on with their children. And then, somebody said that they should, and I think that, that makes way of then the school system, or even when it comes to the other energy of the spiritual schools or realm, that can lead to people also vilifying or utilizing information about your child in order to create a corrupt situation or something of that nature. Just saying. Okay, when the parents are less involved, that means they can do invasive, probing things to your children. Or again, in our case, when it comes to those who are children of God, they can probe children of God in order to then make their children look more appealing. But their children are probably less appealing when it comes to, like I said, the spiritual gateway energy school. But it's really, me and I don't know you. You use your tools in order to go into my Akashic and go into my information and to invade my privacy, but you didn't do it to your own children. So again, those who try to put somebody in slavery will go into slavery. If you open up an eye and put an eye in on my life, the same thing is about to happen to you. Just saying. So again, maybe with these King of Wands, it's making me think about energy when it comes to divine masculine and feminine. Because again, these feminines, I think some of them, because again, we do have a different energy about us and intuition and everything like that. So if you misuse that to try to take a masculine away from a feminine, you know what I'm saying? Then again, maybe that magician energy turned on you, and now they see you for who you are, instead of trying to act all prissy and all like this or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And see, that's what I'm saying about just treating people right. You know, if you just treat people right from the beginning and don't be mad like about somebody else's whatever they got or whatever, like I just don't understand people. The only thing you can do for me when I see somebody come up and say, "Oh, they done came up. Okay, well, you know what, man, if I wanted that, I can do that too." I'm not gonna say, "Oh, I don't like that. She's this." No. I got what I got, and I work with what I got. You might think yours is better, but then again, you know, I might think mine is better. It ain't got to be like new or whatever. So that's just how I look at it. All right? Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of workings going on here. Okay? But again, I feel like even though it might be feeling like the energy is off right now, I feel like things are turning around. There is some kind of shift, or there is some kind of something, you know, that's occurring. Okay? And again, that same eye that people took and put on you is going to be turned back around on them. All right? Look, ask and you shall receive. All right? All right. So again, who treats it lightly. Therefore, because again, treating it lightly is also making me think about people that are entitled. People that already know that they grew up with at least a silver spoon in their mouth. You know, and then they look at other people as downgrade or, you know, something like that, but they won't never really say it to you. They'll smile in your face, but actually really in all, they think that their education and their all the legalities and their law and their documents and all this stuff, you know, is what made them. Where again, it's the gods that chose Maui, you know what I'm saying, to do what he did. That his parents abandoned him, threw him to the waters. Again, here's that water energy here. They chose him, and then again, the water chose her. Wow. Yeah, the sun, I'm even seeing. And then the water. All right. So, yeah. So to guard your daughters. So again, right? I might feel some kind of way about something that a daughter under 18 or whatever would be doing, and I'm gonna feel a little bit different than what she would be doing if it was in my house. You know what I'm saying? But then when you grown and you paying your own bills, then what can I do? You know what I'm saying? I have to worry about the one that's still here. You know, and that's the thing. So again, I do, and again, how you guard that when these people are talking about you don't have no say so in school is you keep them at home. Just saying. And then you let them know what you're not gonna do, who really in charge and who you work for, and who pay the taxes. Okay? So I'm just saying. All right? It says the thief who steals your possessions takes that, which is replaceable. Look at what I'm saying here, y'all. But the slanderer who steals your reputation steals that, which, hold on, let's get into it. The thief who steals your possessions takes that which is replaceable. But the slanderer who steals your reputation steals that which cannot be restored to you. This is what we just said. Ain't this what I just said? That's like the ultimate sin. That's like the ultimate something. I was just thinking about this. It's just been planned. So I said, you know, sources telling me that somebody has done something. Oh yeah, they did something. Somebody done stole something from you when it comes to financial, like a job or an offer of something, a house or something. You know what I'm saying? Everything, a child possibly even. You know what I'm saying? Okay. That somebody, I'm telling you, this has to do, for me, I know it has something to do with the inheritance, and all of these messages are bringing me closer. And I hope it's doing the same thing for you guys. Okay? And again, when you ruin somebody's reputation, that cannot be restored to you. So if that's the case, then somebody got to be held accountable. Somebody got to be responsible for that. You know, I just can't see no other way. So how are we going to, like, even, okay, so we're talking about the whole thing when it says whose children died at the border. What? Because at first it was like just immigrants that's coming in on the border is getting the money. Okay. No, I ain't say that. Okay, I did. Okay, now it's immigrants that's coming over here that were legal, I think. Right? And then it's like, okay, wait, The people that came over here that was legal that lost a child. So again, what is that talking about? There's always something to read between the lines. Are we talking about really these people? Or are we talking about the people that they cut off from being a nation? Okay, with the king of swords, the seven of swords energy. You know what I'm saying? Betrayal, treasonous energy. So again, death of a family, meaning also it could be like actual physical death or a spiritual death or a death of legalities, cutting off something in your mind so that you can't see clearly, and then to make you feel like you're more of an alien or foreign because you can't connect or you can't decipher, or you wonder how all these people know these things and you don't know them, but somebody has damaged you. Somebody has damaged and then continue to prod and poke and harass and abuse and manipulate. You know, like I said, and this is not just one, you know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about an individual or a God or anything. Are we just talking about the construct? So somebody got to be paying for that. And I'll be damned if you're talking about me being the empress, like I feel, of, matter of fact, thinking the one that, feeling like, again, sources telling me the one that holds the keys to the world. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to give the world back. You see what I'm saying? So that energy there, like, nah, that's something that we're not going to do. You can't restore that. You can't take. So again, now where I'm supposed to go. So you want to make sure that you know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying for anybody that feels or sees or knows that this particular thing possibly happened to them. I'm talking about those, the real star families. I think they even use that term on the news, on the media, star families. Okay. What does this have to do? We put the stars back on top of that moon the other day. You see, because there's deception behind that moon, right? So again, the sun or the star, right? That brightest star, the Aquarius energy, or even, like I said, that energy that's been pouring in but been mistreated by somebody. Again, I don't know if these cups, what the 8 of cups mean really right now, because I ain't looking at it. But I'm just saying somebody been just filling up cups all over the place, and just like, it just make me think about that. That's like stealing somebody else's water or nourishment or something to a certain extent is what I'm getting here. So again, do I think that the moon might have been behind it? Because I think the moon holds rank or power. You know what I'm saying? And even when I just think about, like I said, like the New York, because I'm just thinking about how this moon right here is under the, I was just thinking this when I was just looking at it. Look at that. This moon was underwater. And this has made me think about New York. I don't know why. Because again, there's a prophecy I feel that makes it so that I think New York, like I said, I think it's something that's on a bill. I don't know if it's like a $20 bill or what dollar bill it is. But again, that is another thing too. Again, because again, if the water chose somebody spiritually, what gives people on this plane in this construct the fact to choose to put the, okay, if the sun is just chosen, period, the holy one or a holy energy, right? Who is anybody else to, because this was the one card that was by itself, and then these 3 popped out and they were all upside down. So what gives somebody right? You know, and again, it's like the moon is hiding under the water. And then when we see on the one card, what is it? The 2 of, the sun is behind the moon, is hiding. Oh, the moon card. On the moon card, the sun, the moon is there, but the sun is illuminating the moon. The sun is giving light to the moon. The sun, and you look at that kind of look like your eye, dude. This look like your third eye, or like a frontal lobe. I don't get frontal lobe energy. Oh my goodness, that's creepy. Because I heard this person saying stuff out of their damn mouth that was too close for comfort. How you talking about something, and it was very unique what I was talking about, and now I hear you talking about, and that's why I think this person don't talk no more. But I see. The sun's, I mean, you standing in front of me, but I can see what the hell going on. You don't realize you standing in front of me. This shit is crazy. Same thing with this Ace of Coins. The serpent is, well, this is kind of like a peacock, but it kind of looked like a serpent's neck. It kind of looked like a serpent dipping into this, and this kind of looked like a nucleus sac. I mean, it kind of looked like something. It's sucking. It's a succubus. This making me think of a succubus energy, because they know who the Ace of Coin is. They know who the ace of all the shit is. So again, it's like that. It's all pretty. Got them peacock feathers. Again, the peacock feathers remind me of eyes everywhere. and also antiquity and royalty, right? But again, the peacock feathers are at the bottom with this rose. See, I don't know why I'm thinking briar rose, okay? But again, with this rose, but you can't really tell, of course it's probably connected to it, but again, on the actual thing, it doesn't have those. They're actually really more connected to this rose here than they are that damn thing. And this is also giving me that one energy. I'm not CERN, but there's this, that one, it's like a geometry style, like circle thing, not circle of life. I think y'all know what I'm talking about. So anyways, I don't know. This is what I see, y'all. Okay. All right. So again, so if the sun and the moon are going to be competing with each other, right? And see, then you got these two dogs underneath here, which makes me think about Canaan energy, right? And it seems like the one gold dog is saying, just, stop, the blue dog is saying, stop looking up at that. Look at me. And it's giving me that energy of, trading places even. Maybe maybe an energy of somebody from the water or a scorpion or both. You know what I'm saying? Because again, we see in here that moon underwater is by water. So again, when it came to Mary, I know that I think it was the British couldn't stand her. They wanted her crown. And then it makes me think about, I don't know. The northern energy like I said, it make me think about Merkle energy. And I'm not saying in a bad but I just see the move of them leaving, and you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just see that energy. But again, this reminds me of that coat of arms or that symbol that we showed where the star is trapped underneath here. So again, did somebody take the essence of the star and then trap it under here by, again, using the illumination on the star, illuminating, right, what the sun is doing, right, in a sneaky way, in order to trap the star, the highest in the room, underneath this thing. This is exactly how it was. Well, it was like a pitch tent, like a triangular thing that it was trapped under here. This is what I see. I mean, this shit is just confirming everything. It's just confirming everything to me. And again, I think what's done is done. There's forgiveness there, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Even we have this card here, accept what's dying, right? But again, I'm just saying, how you going to feel some type of ways about it when sources come in here, revealing? There's clarity coming in here. Again, it's giving me the whole energy of Diana and the Dark Witch and Discovery of Witches. That's what I'm saying. But I feel like also the Dark Witch Diana, but then I feel like in this lifetime, there's 3 women that I feel like it matches that energy. Because remember, the friend, right, of Diana actually went and snuck some stuff and tried to do something to expose her, but she was secretly always jealous, She was secretly always jealous. I'm even all going in, look at y'all now, okay, because source be telling me, look at these shows. Even that You show with the girl and her friend, but they found out that Peaches actually was in love with oh my goodness, what is her name? The main girl. I can't remember her name. And they just came from privileged families. She came from a privileged family, Peach did. And she would try to use, whatever that is over. What is her name? It's not Brooke. Y'all know what I'm thinking. Can't remember her name. Okay? To try to cuff her in a sense. I don't know, y'all. Okay, now I see. I don't know. No, who is it? The Dallas Cowboys that got the star? It's not Houston. It's a shame. I used to live in Texas for a tiny bit. It's this Dallas Cowboys that have the star. All right. Yeah. Okay. The weakling cares not for his reputation, nor for reputation of his wife, for his twisted nature. Okay, let's see. Okay, where do we go? It cannot be restored. Okay, let's hurry up. Okay, I'm just going to read right through. Which is to you of most value, your possessions or your reputation? If possessions, then you lack confidence in your reputation, and perhaps only you know why. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Because me and my daughter were just talking about possessions last night, and purging. A good reputation is acquired by the doing of something and refraining from doing others. A reputation is the steadying oar. Again, so we're seeing like an oar kind of also navigating energy of a vassal. Okay, bearing you across the stormy waters of life. Again, this same energy here. It's just taking me back again to Moana, and it's also making me think about, again, using that oar or this magician wand here to stir the pot, because we have this infinity sign here, and we also have that sign there, and a lot of mixing and brewing up. Again, these storms could be mental attacks, rumored thing. These storms could be all kind of things. Fake news sometimes. You know what I'm saying? To create something like chaos or whatever, or a problem, reaction, solution, energy. Okay. When it's just like, if you just need my help, just ask me for my help. Why are we doing it this way? We're wasting time. Right. So again, it says, bearing across the stormy waters. So again, now the waters are very stormy. And I know that, again, there are people watching you, all of us in high places, right? Somebody said the other day, saying your name really low, but it reached up to high places. Okay. I just take in stuff sometimes when I'm just scrolling or whatever. And I don't know, that made me think. So again, your reputation would have to be something. Or just like, even somebody might have to see that, people are trying to smear that. And that's not really you, right? So you would hope that somebody knows, that somebody that can stand up for you and say that that's not really you or whatever. All right. So again, because again, a real man treasures his reputation as his life, and he bends every utterance and deed towards upholding it. Okay. So again, that's like doing right by people, and then expecting right back. No matter if you're ugly, fat, skinny, rich, poor, whatever it is, looking at people for who they are. Right. And that's that soul, that energy, that's something that's within you. It doesn't have anything to do with physical or tangible. But then again, there, what I'm saying, I feel like we're moving into a time where, again, tangible connections are important, right? But again, if the core is not right, then the whole thing is not. Okay. He is vigilant against the mire slings and slanders, and he knows how to deal with them. And again, with some of us that are in that empress energy, right, or in that high priestess or empress, we're dealing with the whirlwind of ourself and other things, that messages that may, being messengers or oracles in a sense, and seers, we're dealing with messages that have to do with us. But then there might be 5 other people that might also resonate with that message that you're sending, because it's not just for you, it's coming through you, right? And the things that, and it's been given to you by source because of the things that you've gone through during this journey in your life, or whatever, that prepared you and compacted you and put you into that precious, unique gem that you are. You see what I'm saying? That precious gem that you are, which is going to give everything a unique something when it comes out. It's because anybody can just do this or do that, but everybody has their own, and I just think it's a beautiful thing, actually, if you ask me. All right. But again, we're living in the time when some people in certain position of power want control over you, and they want to manage you. And there's a lot of people that are doing entrepreneurial things right now. So again, but excuse me, that hustling can also lead to, again, division still. You know what I'm saying? So again, I don't know. It's like this unity kind of thing. Like I said, I would like to see more so-called so-called black owned, or just in general, since again, if we can't buy the blocks back in the hood, more like flea market style kind of things or something like that, where many people can come and trade or whatever. Hmm. Okay. To be among the lowest of men is not without compensation, for there is no fear of falling. Only the real men can have a worthwhile reputation, for it is retention entrails continual struggle against temptation. Again, woo-wee. All right, because again, we know that Jesus or the Christ energy was tempted, but then it said, "Thou shalt not tempt thy Lord." So again, that's that energy there. A good reputation, which is untried by adversity or untested. Okay, we already read this. By temptation, burnt as clay. Okay, as the body loses its vigor and the spirit is fortitude and habitation of luxury, so does reputation lose its merit on the path of prosperity. All right. He who has not reputation is unknown. Wow. For he who, so again, that's also making me think about the energy of some of us having the algorithms messing with our platforms and things like that to keep us from, because again, okay, so now you did like think about the cups or pentacles or even the 8 of Wands. Now you got all these things people kind of know, but again, you've been suppressed or kept under wraps. So again, it could be a big mistake for some people that turn their back on. And we all know that a messenger or a savior is not respected or embraced in their own hometown. You know what I'm saying? But then again, people tend to forget what the words say because I think they're not seeing it the way it is. And again, that's like turning against your brother and sister for whatever reasons, hate or whatever, vengeance or whatever. So that's why I like this whole thing about accepting what's dying, loving yourself, and also then taking the lead, making these sacrifices. All right. So again, this body loses vigor. Okay. And again, some of this stuff is stuff that we could look at, challenge ourselves, and look in the mirror, you know what I'm saying, and challenge ourselves. But then again, some of us are not that lucky. Some of us are not lucky enough to just have to do that. Some of us are definitely key players, and we are going to have higher people from higher places attacking, using everything that they have to bring you down. And that's just the whole point. So I'm not, like I told y'all here on this channel, I don't allow myself to sulk in stuff that people have done to me. Since you did it to me, I feel some kind of way about it. I've acknowledged it. I've healed myself from it. I've moved on. I've forgiven you. I will not forget, and I will keep on moving on. But at the same time, I will not hold a grudge, right? But at the same time, I'm not going to sit there as if it's my fault in a sense, like I did it to myself when I know good and damn well somebody else did it to me. So I'm going to be able to, that allows me to be able to do that. And in times when I was wrong and I did it, I look at myself and say, girl, you did that. You was wrong for that. Okay, maybe you was looking at it that way and you should look at it this way. So again, it's just that balance. All right. He who has not reputation is unknown. Okay. Acquaintances has a reputation for good or ill. So again, I guess this is why it's important to surround yourself around people that have a shared something, you know what I'm saying, or get a following or a crowd. But again, some of us only have online to do that, especially with this whole thing that's been going on. And again, for somebody to block you that way, you know what I'm saying, you're actually just trying to kill me. You know what I'm saying? So I won't be able to prosper or work or do anything. And then that puts a dent. I'll tell you one thing it does do. It does put a dent in your confidence. So even if you're ready to take on the world, once you realize that, it does kind of stab, it makes you discouraged. And people got other stuff they worrying about in their life that keeps them discouraged. So why would, one extra thing, you never know what people are going through. All right? But there's some people that's here to actually just really tear you down, or they're not really realizing what they're doing. But some people know exactly what the hell they're doing. All right. And so it saddens you when you find out this might be family and friends. Okay. So it says, if you were born outside of a household, and your mother was without a husband when you were born, and for these, you suffer unkindness at the mouths of others. Now, again, this is making me think about something here, right? Because if you were born without a husband, so again, maybe this means born without a husband, meaning you weren't cuffed yet. This could be talking about, again, we could be talking about when it's talking about some kind of, I'm thinking like mafia, like link. I don't know. I'm just thinking like something here. right? So, I'm even thinking like nationality or race or whatever, or some kind of creed here. If you are like an undesirable, underworld person, right? Or again, due to your nationality or something like that, then again, people can do these wicked things to you. I feel like this, or even I'm thinking, I don't know why Moderna just came up. I don't know if that's even the real name, but I'm just saying. Those serial numbers, like who do you belong to? So again, mm, mm. And your mother was without husband when you were born. Because that's also is meaning that it's also structural societal things. It's not just a mom and my mammy and my daddy. No, it's more, right? Especially when we're dealing with minorities. Whose wing are you under? What jurisdiction or section have you been cut off with these imaginary borders that have been put up? This is the thing. All right. You suffer unkindness at the mouths of others, or if you your wife is a loose petaled flower, or your daughter to men as a mouse to cat. Okay, so this is making me think about a hierarchy of a father, right? That is leaving women. So, but again, is making me think about a balance or a fight between between a father and a daughter. Because remember, when it came to Inanna, she had more power than the father. So could the father have done that defiling thing to the daughter in order to make sure that she would not thrive? Let's see. And then would the father then end up having to give a cup or something, an offering to his daughter? And again, maybe that's why the hanged man is here. All right. The rose is here on the two sides on these pillars here. And then the two of swords. Okay. Because again, you got a sword and I got one. It just come in my mouth. And yours, you use legalities and everything in order to do what you have to do. All right. So again, 2 cups. But the heart is not in it. The 2 cups is nice to have. Now, this make me think about, joining or family or ties or DNA or, a makeup or lineal heraldry. But again, the heart is not in it. And I wonder why. But it's going to be blamed on the woman, right? But then again, something promises. It's almost like, energy of like when your dad, like people that would be divorced and you live with your mom and your dad would say that he was going to come pick you up. And you waiting and everything, got your cute clothes on and everything because your mama had to go ahead and show out and put some new outfits on you and get your hair done real nice. So when he come pick you up, you look like something. So again, you know what I'm saying? And you just sitting out there waiting. Y'all like, yeah, we about to go with dad. And then he said, oh, I had to go over here real quick or something like that. And you just like, oh yeah, I know you went with that bitch. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, you know what I'm saying? It'd be like that kind of energy, right? Like I said, okay? But it's like that's setting up a child for failure. And we don't even realize that. We don't even look at it that way. So on the lower scale of the people that are in the community, and then if you're trying to cut them off when it's people that's supposed to be hierarchies in the community, and you're trying to make chaos and move them all around and have them take in foreign wives, that's what I was going to be talking about when I was talking about polygamy, because it wasn't because of it was about populating, yeah, but it was also about possession of land, because people were considered land. Again, there's a difference between a sovereign there's a difference between a prisoner of war and servants as slaves. I'm trying to figure out what phrase I want to use here. Slaves or servitude. There's different types of servitude that people went through. Okay? So like when the person from Virginia says, they want you to think it's 1963. And again, shout out to, again, a soul sibling that made a video about this, because I said, you know what, I'm going to have to go and play that again, because that right there, that's what we talking about, reading between the headlines. If you only been here from the 60s, then that means that you only like a second or something generation so-called black person. That means you are probably supposed to be black, but we're taking the title black as the American Aborigines, and we're the ones that's being treated some kind of way, as if we're dead by law, right? While these people, again, tend to be running in privileged crowds. HBCU, you know what I'm saying? Nothing against college or anything, but I mean, I just have to call it for what I see it. There's nothing against it for me, but I'm just saying it doesn't define. Education does not define intelligence. It just for me it just doesn't. All right? It's like the big city mouse and the, okay, y'all know what I'm saying. All right. So again, yeah. So your daughters to men as mouse cats, hold your head high and shrink not from the unspoken thoughts of men. Okay, so again, these are thoughts of men. Again, this is what I was saying about even when it comes to this whole energy of this divine, masculine, feminine, collective energy. You know what I'm saying? How far does it actually really go? Are people actually really doing things? I don't know why I was just thinking pills and potion, but are they doing things? I don't know. And is it really your people that's doing it? Meaning indigenous people that are being lined up for whatever here? Or is it the governing forces that are doing it? And making it perceive it as if it's your masculines, and which is going to cause a division against divine masculine and feminines when we think that these men are coming in and abusing us mentally, when really they want to love on us, but really there's a disconnect there because the governing forces are selling the sweet potato pie by the slice to foreign entities while they bring their other women in and then supply your men with extra women that come from somewhere else. Do you see what I'm saying? All right. I see Black Widow energy. This is what I'm saying. I'm speaking straight from source right now. All right. We all up in the Holy Sports, Holy Spirit. Okay. So again, it says, yeah, no man worthy of thy name would condemn you for the weakness of others. Okay. So again, yeah. Oh, so again, even the feminines being in masculine protective energy here. Only for things condoned can you sire the condemnation. Again, that's what I'm saying. I didn't condone not a damn thing. You know what I'm saying? I've been having my eye, and then I said, okay, source, I see you showing me these two entities, these two wands, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying? This could be a trick. I don't want to play. I don't deal with magic. You do that for me, and I ain't trying to play the fool. So I'm just going, you know what? And then again, I feel like there was another star energy of a feminine energy over top, okay, or in the eye sense, right? But then I said, I'm gonna go ahead and trust you. Just recently, and I hope that I know what my heart says, I know what my mind says, but I hope you could just merge this all together and put it down there. And I'm gonna stop looking at it like that, at the physical, and I'm about to let you guide me. I want that you gave me at some point in time. When it was throughout this year. Guide me back to that. That's mine. That's what I want. So again, I don't care what it, you know what I'm saying, what it, you know what I'm saying, right? I already have this like this, right? But again, I'm going to go ahead and trust you, but I need to be able to verify what the hell going on before I sign my name. Like, that's how I feel. I got to verify, which is what, you know what I'm saying, what's going on here, all right? Because again, it's a lot of fooling and trickery going on. Be of good standing with God and man. But above all, seek not to establish earthly merit alone. So again, I don't know, earthly merit alone. I don't know if that means that, by going, I'm feeling like I'm seeing like people going and changing their status and stuff on their own. I don't know. Like, I don't know. That's just what I feel here. But then again, it's making me think that this is talking to a certain group of people. And is it telling you not to establish earthly merit alone? Like, not to do your own thing or your own business thing, that you need God and man? And again, some women may think that they don't, Yeah, I don't know. I would have to break down merit, and I don't want to do that right now. So you can do it on your own, but I would suggest that be something that somebody do. All right? So again, let me see what we have here. Here's the couple of cards that we're going to use going out, okay? We have the pond here, okay? I don't know, a lot about frogs been coming up. So again, I don't know if we're talking about frog prince. I don't know if we talking about somebody might be about to kiss a princess in a frog energy, okay? I don't know if somebody about to kiss a frog that, a prince that's really a frog, or you know what I'm trying to say, all right? Because again, we talking about black water though too here. I'm getting this energy of black water here. Okay. So again, but then we have belonging here. So again, is this talking about the belonging to black water? Okay. Because again, sweet water, black water. But again, the first black water makes me think about Maryland in the Northeast energy here. Also, she has this eel here in the black water, and she's grabbing onto it. We already said we see the two faces down up under here, and her hand is underneath the water, maybe like she's holding on to a weight or something to keep them two down. You know what I'm saying? She got this red hair. I mean, it's almost like she's about to say a speech or something, about a podium. I don't know why this making me think about a speaker or something. You know what I'm saying? And then holding these two people down with what they're saying. Because, we did have a time when people was not being clear about what's going on. It looked like she ain't being too clear about what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Is that why somebody else has been replaced? But then that's for you to accept that energy. But we already see that the energy that's speaking for the house right now is also, I would say maybe like, more Ethiopian from overseas or of a, African continent or country or whatnot. Again, this is no offense. This is pointing out what should be obvious to people when it's talking about power moves. Well, am I not going to speak on power moves? It's just I'm not allowed to deny it. Okay. All right. So we see a lot of things flourishing, around her. Okay. So again, and I'm not going to go into what they mean. Okay. Again, we have his story, right? Again, it's all about that story, okay? Those people that was here before 1963, the people that was here before that ancestors can even be tracked back before 1790, I think it was 1790 or 1798 or something when we first got our first pre-ident. We talking about those people, no matter what color or where you came from. Those is what I call the prehistorical Americans. There was all kind of people here already. Okay, when I say autochthonous, we're talking about the people that was here before anybody came here that then mixed with the people that came here and created new subgroups and races of people. Again, like natives and Mexicans and things like that with the people that came in, all right, that came in and grafted in, okay? So Jamaica Kincaid, and yeah, it's talking about history. And she's kind of like sprouting out of the grass, almost like a tree stump kind of energy here. She would be like a tree stump here, with the little grass and stuff coming up. And then, she's catching that snake or that viper or a serpent, right? She even got the clothes on the clothesline, things like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I mean by roughing it. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? I mean, people might, if we try to deal with what we have and just make it and heal that or fix that and just try to block out any outside influence, you might have people that have to hang their clothes on the hanging line. What's so wrong with that this summer? You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's what I'm saying. We ain't never seen really hard times. We ain't never really seen hard times here in the Americas. And so if hard times is, maybe, what I'm saying, cutting back on your electric bill by hanging your clothes up in the summertime, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. So we have Virginia Woolf here again, and her thing is about vision here, okay? And then we have the chicken here, okay? It makes me think about like somebody that's just scared of something. And again, sometimes I think I'm in a chicken energy, but again, when you're dealing with so many serious attacks, you can't be like light when it comes to your protection or your, you know what I'm saying, your life, right? Okay. So again, the story, okay, this is all tying into what we're talking about here. We got to tell the story. We have to tell the story. And there's a devil and a ghost here and a rabbit. Again, fertility. We have to tell the story. Zora Neale Hurston. We have to tell the story, or you will disappear, so-called Black people in America, because we're perishing because of lack of knowledge about who we are, and people are winning because of that. The peacock royalty, okay, and also again eyes, very graceful, very beautiful, naturally, just a natural shimmer, just. You know what I'm saying? The first time I ever seen like a peacock up close, I was driving around in Florida and the one just walked across my car and just flew. I said, oh my goodness, what is this? So, like I said, it's just, yeah. Okay. All right. So again, we have a ghost here, right? And we have noose, right? So again, the noose is there still. I just feel like, are they loosening or tightening it on the necks of those who are speaking the truth? And I'm not going to be afraid to speak it anymore. I just cannot. I never was, you know what I'm saying? But again, I'm getting a little bit more crafty with what I say. You know what I'm saying? You might not see an outburst all the time, but it's not going to change. I have to say what it is. Okay. But again, this ghost is making me think about necromancy or ancestors in a sense, right? And again, the noose. It's almost like they're warning us that the noose is being tightened around our neck if we don't wake up, realize, and rise. And that's unity is key. Unity is key for a better future for you and me. And that don't even matter what color you are. I'm just saying the deep roots, just like they used to be proud of the Confederate flag, even though I think the story is in reverse. But still, okay, hold on. It's about that. Our family's blood and bones are buried here on this soil. This is our story, and we want to write it this time the right way, because we will be the victors. And that's what I feel at the end of the day. We talking story, vision, history, and belonging. This is where we belong. We don't belong. There's nothing against Africa. The people there are beautiful. I love them. I love those cousins there. I love the fact that people want to come here the right way. Okay? But illegal, they should be sent back if they came here illegally. Period. This should not be allowed. And actually, yes, okay? They talking about they can sue the government and get money because this happened to them if we're talking about those particular people. You see what I'm saying? Because I see a switch. I see trickery here. If we're talking about Americans that were displaced and now they changed their mind and they brought them back here from the past hurricanes and weather things that have been going on for the past couple of years and they've been hiding our people somewhere and they're bringing them back, okay. If they're talking about those of us who have been cut off from being a nation or left behind enemy lives when it comes to the Iraq or Iran energy, okay. There should be some discussions being done. But if you're talking about just random people coming up through here because they're giving us a perception on the news, that doesn't mean that's what the people actually look like. Unless you're there 24 hours a day recording, because now all of a sudden it's changed over to more Hispanic, brown skin looking people coming over. When before they were showing really dark people that looked like they were from Haiti or, I was going to say France or Spain, but again, same almost, Dutch. The Dutch were dark skinned too when they came here. Okay. So again, that energy. All right. So again, I'm done. I've been sitting here for hours. I apologize that the videos are so long, but I think I'm going to break them up, and I will see you guys soon. Again, I hope I didn't offend nobody, but if I did, it just is what it is. The truth hurts as we know it. Okay. So I'll see you guys soon. Take care.